We're starting the pre-show. It's another
pre.
edition. It's another Dave episode. No, wait, no, Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here, man.
Yeah, he said he might be on at like 8, is what he
What a
said, but he didn't. He's working on it. Well, cause it was funny, cause he didn't text me. We were driving to work this morning, and oh hey, what's up?
It's the Miz's wife.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Puppies! No, we were driving to work, and he's like, hey, I may not be able to record tonight because I forgot about Pioneer Days. And I was like, well, you said it was okay yesterday. Because Jake was like, we can record, I would like to not record.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but he was, and I was like, and you said okay. We both knew that it was Pioneer Days. Not my fault you forgot. Not my fault.
I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard for us to be like, okay, let's just start the show. You can come in when he comes in. It's not like we haven't done that before.
It works.
It's very good. Yeah, I jumped back on eBay today with.
Oh yeah.
I was disappointed. I didn't see a lot there today.
Yeah, I looked. Really didn't see much. I saw a medium hoodie that I was like, oh, I have that hoodie and it's awesome, but nobody wears.
Nobody's a medium.
That. Yeah, Bales or Alex is, but he doesn't fucking want that hoodie. He only wants the fucking Pioneer one.
Yep, which I have.
I was gonna look for it, and then
Dude,
I was like, no, fuck him. He can look himself.
I have them separate. Like I have my Duck jerseys like in order. Mm-hmm. I have the Pioneer and the green one separate. Like they are in their own. Like it goes sweatshirt jersey, and they're on white hangers and green hangers.
Nice.
And they're completely holy in that they're set apart from the entire rest of my wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like those are my prides and joys of my uniform Oregon collection.
I go through periods of different ones. I feel like the last year I had the gray one, the green one, and the black one that were all the same. And those ones I was like, I kept them all together for a while, and I wore the shit out of those.
Right. Dude, I'm looking forward to. I got these pink Adidas. I'm gonna rock for the UCLA game.
I'm
gonna bust those out.
Is that our pink game?
Yeah, it's our pink game. Uh-huh. I love that. We always wait for Chip Kelly to wear our weird, ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about uniforms. All right, well, we're gonna wear our weird shit against you then.
Yeah, we're gonna wear a bright ass green shit. Sorry.
Like, hey, you ever heard of an eggshell uniform?
Mm-hmm.
Where it looks like we're already dirty when we get there.
We're gonna do that. Yeah.
My brother was like, "Hey, do you want to go to the Nike store?" I'm like, "Only if I can get this jersey." Like, this is the only thing I care about. I don't I'm completely working on changing my shoe footwear to nothing but Superstars unless it's Oregon gear.
Man, mine's all unless it's Dames or Oregon is pretty much what mine is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta look. I probably have a dozen pair of Dames, at least.
I had that red pair, but I wore those out real fast.
Yeah.
Now I have the ones that I wore, the glow in the parks, which I've worn for work for a long time.
Those are comfy as shit too.
Those are nice. And then I have the I Am Lahims, which are under the bed here. Let's see, where are they? I think these are the 6s.
Uh-huh. Yep. Because those are the ones that I have in the Stone Cold one.
Yeah, this is YKWTII on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are pretty comfortable too.
You know what time it is?
Game time, baby.
Game time. Yep. What was I gonna say? I just had something in my head that I was gonna say about shoes.
Talking about shoes.
Yeah, and then I just was like, well, my brain's not gonna remember. So
Dames, Adidas.
Yeah,
Superstars.
yeah. Dames and Adidas and I don't know.
Duck shoes.
Yep, no clue. There should be
Shit,
some new duck shoes coming out soon though.
dude, these fucking boots that Bailey hooked me up with.
Those are sick.
I'm looking forward to stomping a mud hole in somebody in those fucking things.
Yeah, those are rad.
Like those boots, like paired with the kilt is like it's like a bitches are gonna be grabbing my ass.
Yeah. I think that I was gonna say something about a pair of shoes that I was gonna look for, but I don't remember now.
New boot goofing in the Diamondback snake skin. New boot goofing. New boot goofing.
Oh no, I remember. It wasn't about any of that. It was about. Have you posted the podcast on audio in the last couple weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't been on Apple.
Oh, weird.
Oh no, there's today. They both posted today.
Yep. You didn't ask me when I
Yeah.
posted them.
Okay. Because I was like, I hadn't looked today. I looked yesterday, and I was like, he still hasn't done it. Huh. Whatever.
I've
And he
been.
posted the whole thing instead of doing what I said.
I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
Remember, I was splitting it so that you could just grab the second one.
Oh, well, I grabbed it off of YouTube.
I noticed you did that. That's why it's the way it is, probably.
Yeah, that's why it's the way it is, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But, we got.
Whatever.
They're up now. We'll still get the same 20 people that listen.
No, I had a bunch of people watching the last one on
No shit?
YouTube. It was like, well, I mean, a bunch. By a bunch, I mean like 10. But 10 is more than the 0 I normally get.
That's true. That's true. Like we generally get like 20 listens per podcast.
Yeah, well, I had 10. And it was like in the first day. And I was like, why?
People
What did
be
we
listening.
do?
It's like there's now 2 Red Arrow Productions, and I feel like we're competing.
Oh.
Their content is way different than ours. Ours is entertaining.
Oh, man. Yeah, we are funny sometimes.
Sometimes, like that's always the thing. Like someone asks, like, "Well, have you ever thought about trying stand up?" I'm like, I don't know if I'm funny to other people.
Stand up is such a. It's literally a job.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have things that you've thought were funny, written them down, practice how you're going to say them so that they come out funny to other people. I don't know. Yeah, just leaving Pioneer Days had to hang some lights for Mom because she's actually shorter than Dave. And I'll be home in a few minutes. There's something that I've noticed I do now. I'll be sitting there watching TV with Dave, and I do that laugh you did. Like I do it, and it fucking. I was like, God damn it! I did the Jake laugh again. I do it a lot.
Do I sound okay? Do I sound like I'm in a tin can?
Sounds normal.
Okay.
Like I'm picking up more when you
That's because I
talk,
got this
but
fan on.
oh, okay.
I'm keeping the fan on until the show starts because otherwise it gets balls hot in here.
Oh, whatever. What you should do is put it down actually by your balls. You need a balls fan.
My balls was hot. See, that's what happens if I turn that off.
Oh no, I still hear it. So you can leave the fan on.
You
Wait,
still hear
talk
that?
again.
All right, maybe my gain's too hot. Let me see.
It's picking up whatever when it's only when you talk and then a little bit afterwards.
How do I sound now?
It's still doing it a little bit.
How about now? Checking, 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 checking.
Yeah, it's still doing it. It could just be what it is. I don't know. Turn your fan back on though. It didn't bug me.
All
It
right.
wasn't the fan.
It wasn't the fan blowing directly
not
on
the
me.
fan. Nope.
But do I sound okay? Can you still hear me?
Yeah. Oh, now I hear the fan more. That's funny. Did you turn it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I turned it on.
No, but I mean, did you turn it towards you or something?
No, all I did was turn it on. Let's see. Let me turn it off.
Then now I don't hear it. Obviously.
All right. Yeah. How about now? How about now?
How about now? Oh my God. Have you seen? Did I send you the video of the corn kid on TikTok?
Maybe.
Have you seen the corn kid? Oh my
think I
God.
have.
Let me see if I can find him. But there's like so many people that are doing videos involving corn because of this little kid. He's the cutest fucking kid you're ever gonna see.
That corn.
No, he's like, I love corn, and he's so serious about it.
Like cornography. It's cornographic.
Oh my god! And then there was the trend of videos where people were running, well, drinking milk, and I can't remember what song.
I've seen that one. It started with a pizza.
Yeah, corn on the cob. It's like the second most searched thing. Where's the corn on the cob kid? Corn on the cob kid. Oh, there it is. There he is. Okay, now where do I find the original one? Oh, is this it? No, that's the video, but that's not.
Did you think corn wasn't real?
When I tried it, everything changed.
Can you hear it?
My favorite thing about this video is when the interviewer
Oh,
asked
god damn it!
if he
I'm finding this corn video. Corn kid interview. Oh, is this it?
what's great about Fred
Oh, we get ads. That's fun.
Desire.com.
For me, it's like cone.
What do you like about corn?
Since I was told that cone was real, it tasted good.
Did you think corn wasn't real?
And when I tried it with butter, everything changed. Oh.
Do you think everyone should be eating corn?
So not everyone has to like it to be the best.
Yeah.
Just has to try it.
What else are your favorite things?
Real games.
That's-
Lava monster. Yeah, mostly cold. I mean, then look at this then. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
It's corn.
It's corn. Can you describe corn to someone who's never tasted it before?
A big lump with knobs. It has juice. It's the part that mostly makes me like the cone.
How much do you think corn should cost?
$1. I hope you will have a cone-tastic day.
A corn-tastic day?
Amazing.
Go cone.
Corn. The way he says corn.
Cone. I've sent you several videos worth seeing.
Okay.
Have you ever had corn before?
Shut up, corn kid.
Hmm?
Did you see that the Undertaker Funko for $9 at GameCurm?
Yeah, I gotta go look and see if they have
Well,
it.
you can order it on their website and just go pick it up in one of the stores. So go look at it, like on the website, and then just say, "Hey, I want to pick it up," and then you put in your zip code, and it's like, "This place has it. Cool, I'll go get it there."
I'll check that out. Yeah.
Did you think corn wasn't real?
Shut up, corn. Corn. Oh boy, here we go. Just gonna do a flippy thing over the bed. Yep, get your put in there and do the thing.
T-shirt Billy.
Oh, god damn! I love video. Look at this internet. If you're watching on YouTube, you're getting to see this. And if you're not watching on YouTube, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you see that? It was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Right, do it again. Do it again. Do the thing. Aaron Boley. Is that Aaron Boley?
I don't know.
It'd be a lot cooler if it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot
Yeah,
of
you're
booty.
welcome. You're welcome, internet. So, if you're listening to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, go to the YouTube video and fast
You can
forward
see
to
what we're
about
talking
14 minutes. I'm
Hear
guessing.
what we're talking about.
Yes, hear what we're talking about with your eyes.
You can hear and see it.
That's the name of the pre-show. Hear
Oh.
what we're talking about with your eyes. I never put the title of the pre-show on when I make the videos because
That's
I'm
fair.
like, it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know, butthead.
I
Oh man. So yeah, so
don't know. Yeah, so
so check this shit, Lunchbox. I found this video. I'm just looking through videos, and I'm like, hey, I made this video. Look, it's this. Kid runs into a, like the bicycle runs into the thing,
right.
and then I added the fucking Wayne thing.
I can watch kids falling off bikes all day.
Yeah.
Right.
And somebody else, I got fucking 10 views. Somebody else made the exact same video and had where's it at? 111,000 likes. Same video.
Get fucking ratioed, bro.
He just fucking all he did was he cut out all the extra stuff, and I was like, but I want to put that stuff in there. I guess that's my own fault.
Well, that's the difference between 10 likes and 110,000 likes.
Really, it is. Fucking get to the point, buddy.
I'll tell you this much, like, a lot of times, even when it comes to thirst traps, if it takes you more than, like, 5 or 10 seconds to, like, get naked, I don't care.
Yeah, just get to the point.
Like, occasionally there's a couple dances I don't really care for. I think one of them is the Nicki Minaj dance. I don't like that one so much.
This snake just drank this water. Like, put his whole head in the water.
What's that snake doing? Look at that snake. He drank it.
What that snake doing?
Damn, nature, you scary.
Look at him. Look at him. He doing it.
He doing it.
Look at him. Like, no sound. You don't need to hear it.
You don't need to hear it. It's a snake drinking water. What else do you need?
I mean, honestly, have you ever seen a snake drink water?
If you've watched my show with Alex and Jake on YouTube, you
just
have.
Did. Hmm? Before that, I had never seen that. I didn't know they stuck their whole head in like a fucking idiotic puppy dog.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know how any of that happened.
Did you see that video I sent to you of the South Carolina's new light system they got?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, why can't Oregon do that? I've been saying it for a couple years now.
I was just talking to Bailey today about lights. I was like, dude, why can't Oregon needs to set up a good light system.
We just updated our sound system, which I didn't notice too much of a difference. I guess it sounded louder, maybe more bass. Can we get the fucking lights updated now? Let's fucking make it happen. Right. I would just like the lights to be cool. LEDs are a thing. Make it happen. All right, I'm stopping.
Stop it.
Dropping. Stop. Drop. And roll.
Shut it down. Open up. That's a rope rider's roll. Yeah. Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Open up shop. Oh. That's a rough rider's roll. Yeah. Beavers want to try.
What?
Beavers want to lie.
What?
Beavers know why.
What?
Beavers gonna die.
What?
All I know is pain.
What?
All I see is rain.
What?
How can I maintain?
What?
That shit on my brain.
What?
My people move in silence.
What?
The New York people, the wildest.
What?
I don't remember that much.
Want it? Get it. Look at them, we did it. Look at that, we did it. Just watch that clip of Letterkenny where they're like, the dog is the only sound you can do. It would be cool like that for rap, because like, arf, arf. And then they're like, quack, quack.
With the enemy. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you busted out a quack, quack in a rap, it might be dope.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Like,
And then fucking Squirrely is like, rah, and he's like, pretty sure that was a lion. Stand corrected.
Sound like a lion. All right, man.
Ooh.
Are you ready for a good ass show?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh sure.
Oh sure, bud.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And as it stands right now, we got a 2-man booth. And we are joined by the mouth of the Deep South, the head of the Red Arrow Productions YouTube page that you can help us out ratio the other fuckers right now if you go give us a like, share, follow, and smash that bell notification, baby. You already know what it is.
Smash
Here
my
I am
finger.
using all sorts of those little slogans that the kids use.
Oh, the kids.
I'm gonna tweet the deets. I'm gonna get litty with it. I'm gonna get turned up, chocolatey schwasted, and turn into the LOD. But we are joined by this man right here. It's Robin.
What is that the LOD you're talking about? Because I thought well, tell him, Hawk. Yeah. What's up?
What's happening? And
Hey.
it's me. I'm also here.
And
It's One Take Jake.
And there's that guy.
Yeah, me. Back in the saddle, you know. But with two of us, Dave is apparently doing Frontier Daves right now.
Pioneer Daves.
Same things.
Pioneer Daves is the name of the episode, by the way.
Pioneer Daves.
I forgot my paper.
Sames.
Dang
Sames,
it.
bruh.
Notes.
Open up the iPad notes. Make it do.
Pioneer Daves.
Featuring Dave and Doja Cat.
Featuring Doja Cat and Dave. Yeah.
We just had a happy hour at work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy right now.
I am very happy.
I'm very happy. We do this thing that, they cook until either they run out of food or, it's time to go. And so I ended up getting what was called the 12 burger. It was the Seahawks burger, and it had it was a big ass, this big of a patty for those watching on YouTube. And then on top of that, it had 2 different kinds of cheese, an egg, fried egg, and then it had jalapenos stuffed with cream cheese.
God damn.
Yeah, and then sauteed onions, and then something else. But the thing was I had to attack it from strategically.
Right. You can't just bite into that like a normal burger.
No, it was really good. But yeah, that was quite the thing. Then I got a fish and chips to go. I was expecting 3 little things of fish.
Yeah.
It was the whole damn side of the fish.
Well, I mean, you are in Seattle. I mean,
yeah.
That.
I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I was surprised. Instead of getting 3 small halibut fillets, I got a whole side of a goddamn cod.
Right. Have you noticed that it smells does it smell coasty there to you? When you go to the Oregon coast, sometimes, because in general, when you go to the Oregon coast, you're at the Oregon coast.
Right. It really depends on the weather in a weird way. If it's rainy and the tide is high where I'm at, because I'm on an inlet to the Puget Sound, the Duwamish River, and so occasionally you'll get that in the air, that misty sort of.
Right.
Yeah, that happens every once in a while.
You can smell the salt in the air, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, because we are reasonably close to the ocean. It's not
right.
It's not we're that far away, but it takes a special combination of weather to make exactly where I'm at smell like the ocean.
I don't know. It just popped into my head thinking the fish thing and being that close, the Seattle, always the fish market. That's always a big thing.
Right.
And but then when I was just thinking about it, I've been to Seattle a few times, and I don't remember it ever smelling like the ocean.
Well, it generally smells like car exhaust, is what it smells like.
Car exhaust and depression.
Yeah, well, hey, we call it seasonal oppressive disorder, SAD.
Right.
Yeah, I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, and I was like, the other day, and I was like, yeah, I moved here on purpose, and they're like, for what? But I was like, you think it's so nice that it's sunny out right now, and I'm like, okay, let's have a talk about the summer.
First of all, fuck off.
First of all, the summer is bullshit because it's too hot, and I can't go outside because it's too hot.
See the color of my skin? It's supposed to be like this color, but because of the sun, well, it's tan, but yeah, I did get a severe sunburn to where it fucking peeled off in blood strips. Wasn't black.
I've managed to avoid any severe sunburns to this point this year, but that's
Pretty
the
good.
problem. You know what you don't get in the wintertime? Sunburns. No one has ever gotten a sunburn in December in the United States.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, like all of our listeners in Australia and New Zealand, yes, I know you get sunburns in December. It's different for us up here.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
the
why the
whole
world is
the
round.
sun kind of like tilts, and then
Yeah.
y'all get like it's actually I think today is the day that it technically starts for them to get more sun, or maybe it's fall of the official fall start. But I heard it on the news today, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Like, way to go, Australia. Your
It,
days are about to get a little bit longer.
yeah, we're about to get Black Dave.
Black fell
Black
on
Dave.
Black Days. But I made a comment. I was like, I'm ready for the wintertime. I'm ready for it to be rainy and gray and cold and wet.
Me too.
And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I moved to Seattle on purpose. Like, you think I didn't know that it rained here 300 days a year? You don't
Mm-hmm.
think that factored into my decision? Hey, Dave in the
Hey,
house. Dave in the house. Dave in the
Dave in the
house.
house. Dave in the oh.
But like, you didn't think it didn't factor into my decision when I moved here that I knew it was going to rain 300 days a year? Like the
Right.
people who move here from LA, who are like, oh, it rains here too much. It's like, no, it doesn't. It rains here the appropriate amount for a deciduous rainforest. Now,
But have you ever had tacos from LA?
Yeah, I have, and they're garbo. Like, I'd rather have tacos here where the Latin people actually live.
It's true.
Like, I've got a little taco shop just right down the street. Like, it's got better Mexican food than anything I've had in LA.
LA. Dude, we found one up in Sutherland that's got pretty fucking good like legit Dave had tongue there. I was like,
Oh,
whoa.
I love good lengua.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nope, I'm good.
I got when you eat tongue, it's a little, tongue in cheek, if you know what I mean.
Well, here the thing, and Dave will attest to this. Like, bad lengua is chewy.
Good ducks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But like when you bite into it, like if it's not cooked right, like it's chewy and you can like feel it, and it doesn't go down the way it's supposed to, so to speak.
Yeah, that's I'm good for now. Maybe someday somebody can convince me to try it, but I'm not there yet. So.
Well, it's a conversation I had with my brother like 10 years ago. I was like, hey man, like, would I eat it if it didn't taste good?
That's true.
And that's what I always say to people. Like, you may not like it, but I think this tastes good, so at least give it a shot. It's it's a tender meat.
That's fair. Man,
I would say
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm Filipino, so I've eaten a lot of weird ass shit in my life. From everywhere I've been, I will choose the weird shit when I'm in a different country.
You'll choose the weird shit when we're in our own country and you see it and you're like, hey, I'll take that purple beet stuff or whatever it was.
Oh, ube?
Yeah. So that was the thing. Today we had the shave ice. We stopped eating Hawaiian shave ice, and Bales made the joke about like, oh yeah, cool, you had some ice with some flavoring on it. I'm like, oh, there was ice cream and like whipped cream, and I had pineapple and strawberries on mine. And then Dave got the purple one. And then what did you say that was, Dave?
It's called ube,
Uh-huh.
and it's like a purple sweet potato. This is the best way I can describe it. I mean, in the Philippines, we make it into ice cream, candy, soda flavor. It's just everything. Which I had commented, it's weird. Like in the U.S., it's treated like a fruit.
Yeah.
Whereas here, fruits, you got strawberry ice cream, even mango, right? But we don't make potato ice cream.
Not here. Maybe Idaho, but
maybe
not here.
Yeah. We don't make a sweet potato chewy candy.
Right.
No, not on purpose.
Like I went into a Safeway one time and I was getting some gelato, and I wanted the prickly pear gelato, and a lot of it was sold out. And I went in there, I'm like, y'all motherfuckers got scared off by the prickly pear gelato? This is the best flavor in here. You gotta try that weird shit every once in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, next time I'll try the weird one. Like I told Dave, I was like, I'm gonna try all of them on their menu because the fucking rainbow one that I had was really fucking good.
Mhm.
And I took a bite of Dave's, and his was also good. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in.
Now, Dave, you may understand this better than I. What is cabeza?
Beza.
Cabeza. It's similar to head. Like it's something to do with the head. Like
Cabeza?
if you don't know off the top of your head, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. It's a.
I don't know that one.
It's one of those things where I feel like I know the word,
It
but
sounds
I'm
familiar.
I'm not making the connections in my head right now.
So cabeza literally means head. It's an entire cooked head of an animal, usually of a cow, though sometimes of a pig. For tacos de cabeza, an entire cow's head is slow roasted until the meat that surrounds the skull becomes fall apart tender.
Oh.
Oh.
Huh.
So it's beef face, basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat this.
Interesting.
I'm gonna take its face.
Oh.
It's like beef cheek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beef cheek.
I kind of want to try that. No, yeah, like don't shit on beef cheek. Like apparently beef cheek is a real thing, and it's like the tenderest part of the animal.
Huh.
Like that sounds delicious. I might try that now.
I wasn't gonna describe it as delicious, but I mean I'd try it.
Well, it's certain to be a very tender meat.
What was the one I just tried? Oh, deer heart. I tried
Deer
that
heart.
for the first time this last year, and it was really fucking good.
I've never had deer heart.
I hadn't either, and I mean I've killed lots of deer, and usually we would give it to Gramps. Well, he's not around, so I was like, "How do you cook it?" Just asked my mom, and she was like, "Usually with just some onions, kind of like liver." And I was like, "Well, that's another one I haven't had. I'm not ready for
Right.
that step, but let's try the heart."
I'm willing to try liver because apparently liver is just a texture thing, and I have no
Yeah.
problem with weird textures for food.
Yeah, I mean,
Liver
I'll
does
try it.
have a distinctly odd flavor.
How
Yeah.
so?
It's very gritty, and I can't really I can't think of anything to compare the taste of liver to.
Like would you suggest if I wanted to try liver, would you suggest I try like a liver wurst or just like straight up get liver?
See, we always had liver and onions growing up.
Oh shit. Okay, straight up.
See,
Yeah,
that's
just
what
straight
I
up
was.
liver,
that's what I
chop
was
it up, pan fry it with
Yeah.
some mushrooms and onions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love it. Again, I grew up on a weird mixture of Filipino and Southern food,
Yeah.
Right.
so I eat weird shit.
It's true.
That's
And-
the key takeaway here. We like
Mhm.
weird shit here on
I mean,
my
I
show.
love me
Yes.
some fucking chicken heart and gizzards.
That's
I'll eat
true.
the fucking
I don't
shit out of
understand
them.
gizzards. I don't understand
Oh.
gizzards at all.
Oh, so good.
I get down with some gizzards.
Like
Right?
what's the appeal? Like tell me like why do you like gizzards? They just look like they're fucking gross to me.
You've had the chicken hearts, right?
No.
What?
I've never had chicken hearts. I've never had chicken gizzards.
What did you eat when I cooked them in Corvallis?
When did you cook them in Corvallis?
Lots of times.
I probably wasn't there then because I never ate them.
Huh. All right. Well, next time maybe I'll make some for tailgating and just bring them. But
Now that I think about it, I can't remember Jake when I was around for chicken heart days.
I was never
yeah,
there.
I guess I
I
don't.
don't think.
I even did it for that one chick, Megan. We went to her wedding. I brought chicken hearts and gizzards, and they were like super excited. But
Was she
they're
hot?
Mormon. No.
Kinda.
Mm-mm.
She was Corvallis hot.
Well, she was getting married, and
And Mormon.
She passed
Yeah.
for Corvallis attractive.
That's fair. I would say because I cook them kind of like a fried chicken, and that's really what it is. But it's more of the way you buy like a dark meat taste of chicken or turkey, kind of like that taste for the
Yeah.
gizzard or hearts, and then the gizzards have more of a mix of light and dark meat flavor, but the texture is really weird.
Mhm.
Like the texture is like
it's
like you're biting through it. You know you're biting through it
Yeah.
when you're biting through it.
Oh, again, another thing. If anyone has ever done this, when
Still
I
listening.
eat chicken, you guys have seen me both. You both have seen me eat a chicken leg or
Yeah.
any part of a fried chicken,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I gnaw that shit down to nothing but bone.
Mm-hmm.
Bone.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I will crack it and then suck out the marrow.
Now that part I haven't done.
I
But,
haven't seen that.
yeah.
So again, just reiterating,
So
I
Dave
do
is a
weird shit.
barbarian, and he
Yeah.
will rip your bones.
So like the cartilage, when you chew on cartilage, how it's got
Yeah.
the kind of like that
Yes.
gummy, crunchy kind of texture.
Yeah.
That's what I love about gizzards.
That's a good way to describe it.
It's always deep fried, so it's like a salty snack,
Yeah.
and it's chewy. And of course, it always depends on your fry oil, what kind of breading they have on there.
Yeah.
But it's always a good flavor with like a chewy, salty snack.
Yeah.
That's for me is why I love gizzards.
I'll give them a try. I mean, I'll always try anything, but
Yeah, I think you like them. I mean, I haven't met anybody, especially if you don't tell them what they are and they're willing to try it. I haven't had anybody been like, no, not doing that again.
Like I'm willing to try any food once. Like,
Yeah.
put it in front of me, make it appetizing. Don't just be like, here's some eel.
What's the
Right.
weirdest? See, I just did your laugh. Did you hear that?
Yep.
I heard it. God damn it. Anyway, what's the weirdest food you think you can remember eating?
I've had sea urchin.
Okay. I haven't done that one.
Tastes like dirt. That's probably the strangest animal I've eaten. I've eaten a ton of different kinds of sushi, so it's like and
Right.
sushis and sashimis.
Like the octopus is always weird. Have you ever had the little like fully formed octopus before?
I want to say yes, because I feel like I have.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Like deep fried, I feel like I have.
I don't remember how they were cooked. There was that China buffet in Salem.
It was
that
just
I
kind of
had
stir fried.
Yeah, I think that's.
It's like a stir fry, so it's still got like you literally can hold it up and be like, this is a tiny fucking octopus.
Clearly an octopus. Yep.
Clearly an octopus. Put it in
Clearly
your
an
mouth.
octopus. I stick
Clearly
my
an
finger
octopus. Put
underneath
it in your mouth.
it.
Is the name of this episode.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, do you want to go weirdest thing first, or do you want me to go first?
You go.
Like I'm on sea urchin. That's probably the strangest thing I've eaten.
Okay, so weirdest thing. See, again, I gotta go weirdest thing for me. Okay, Thailand.
You ate the whole country of Thailand?
A whole country. Ladyboys and all.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, was it? It might have been Singapore or Thailand. I can't remember. I do appreciate that you said the weirdest thing you remember eating, because there's a lot of things I don't remember from that time in my life.
Yep. Especially ladies.
But I had this cold soup.
Gazpacho?
Kind of like a gazpacho, but you could clearly see, like, I don't know, like shrimp or krill floating, like swimming around inside of it.
That laugh.
Yeah. So it was like some sort of cold soup. Don't remember what it was called, but it had clear, like something alive cruising around in it, and not just like something flew into my soup and that's what I ate.
Right. This was
like
on purpose.
These are things inside here that are moving around. I don't know if they're alive or if it's the salt making them kick around and look alive, but I ate that and I was like, I just ingested live. They're in my stomach crawling around. I was also very drunk at the time, so I convinced myself that they were swimming around my gut.
Makes sense.
Did you ever see, even despite the acid in your stomach, did you ever see the woman who tried to eat a live octopus and it attacked her face?
I was gonna say something when we were talking about eating the little ones, but yeah.
Dave, have you seen this?
I have not. That's incredible.
Oh, dude, it's so good, because I think it happened like twice.
I'm just imagining that. I'm imagining that scene from The Boys.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Just on her fucking grill and
wait till you see it pulling on her eyes.
She thought it was so smart to just fucking try to eat Oh, I eat this live octopus on camera.
Oh God. Oh. This is like a
Ah!
this is like a scary movie where
There
it's
it
just like
is. Look at it.
oh.
Look at it. Look at me doing it.
I saw I saw one time I was at the Seattle Aquarium and they were feeding the octopus and like you saw the guy like with one of those big old grabber arms and he was just like dropping food into the octopus and the octopus was like, "Yeah, give me that food. I'll eat that shit. Yeah, give me that food." And then it was like, "No, give me the grabber."
Yeah.
And then so the guy like you see it for a little while and the person in front of them is like trying to do this whole presentation like, "And this is the Great Pacific Northwest octopus, blah 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 blah." Meanwhile, like the person trying to feed them is now like laying flat on their stomach with their arm in the water because the octopus has two of its arms wrapped around the grabber and decided that it wants it.
Yep.
And like the person turns around, they're like, "Oh."
around.
There's not a lot they can do about it at that point.
Yeah.
And just an example of why it's good that none of us are anchors because we'd be like, "Oh shit!"
Right. Oh man. I don't know.
Maybe not Jake. He's a little more professional
Right. I don't know if
and
I've had
used to the
anything
journalism stuff.
that weird, like Rocky Mountain oysters, maybe.
Have you had those?
Yeah, at the fucking
Yep.
donkey show party.
I don't recall that.
Oh,
Maybe I
I
wasn't there for that
recall.
one.
It was. I'm pretty sure you were. It
Mhm.
was one where Alicia was there, and I
Did you
got
take
like
your pants
2
off?
beer. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I was at that one.
yeah. It was that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now.
I
I don't remember the Rocky Mountain oysters, but I remember
Oh,
the
I
pants
do.
coming
I
off.
was like, I guess I'll fucking try it. I'm here now.
Mhm.
We're in
I'll
too
have a
deep.
beer. Yeah.
And then there was
exactly.
a fat guy getting a donkey show tattoo.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
That was
And
the
I'm
thing.
pretty sure I saw that guy at Subway like years later. Like the donkey show doesn't exist anymore, and he's still got this fucking tattoo.
I don't have a problem with that. Like it's like the gummy bears tattoos. Like I mean,
That's
I
fair.
don't. It's a thing that happened. Not a big deal.
I
Kind of
don't know the
cool.
story of your gummy bears tattoo.
Oh, it's just because I used to get them for Christmas every year, and that was like my favorite candy. And then my sister was like, "Hey, I'll get a gummy bear tattoo with you." I'm like, "Sure, sounds good to me." And then I got it so the one gummy bear is facing sideways, and the other one's like facing towards you, so it looks kind of like a 31, which is how old I was when I got it. That's it.
He wanted a 13, but they drew a
You
31.
Yeah, exactly. But Reggie Miller was 31, so
And
gets
you know,
fucked.
everyone wants to choke your sister, so that all makes sense.
yeah, yeah. I saw her this last week.
On
Which,
purpose?
not really, but kind of. But the funny part is like I knew I was going up to Portland, so I text Brian. I'm like, "Hey Brian, I'm gonna be in Portland for a couple hours. Come over to my sister's house so that I'm not the only one who hates it." And he shows up there, and Heidi's like, "Why are you here?" And I was like, "Because I told him to. Fuck off."
Because I told him to come over here.
Yeah, what are you gonna
You're a
do?
bitch.
2 things, nothing and like it.
I'll
Also-
never forget when I showed up at the truck parade,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like I don't know what started the conversation, but she's like, I don't really like you, and I was like, well, I like you.
I remember that. Who cares? Nobody likes her. She's stupid.
Like
I don't think I've ever had like an actual conversation with your sister.
I haven't
Probably
either.
safer
So it's
that
usually
way.
sniping.
Yeah, she thinks she's funny and smart, and she's not.
She's neither.
Yeah, she thinks that's the funniest part to me is that she thinks she's witty, and I'm like, you're witty to these people that aren't even good at Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not shitting on people that play Dungeons and Dragons because there's some of them that are really smart and really good at
Yeah.
it. And cool, good
My
for you. I'm
brother's a
glad
good
you
gamer.
like it. I don't believe my sister is one of those people. I don't think she would be good at anything, but whatever. So
I've
anyway,
never
we were
played
up there because it was my sister. She was having her wedding reception, and we took Grayson and Skylar up there.
How many wedding receptions has she had now?
Probably 2, one for each wedding.
Oof. I thought she had multiple receptions for this wedding.
Maybe she did. I just was only invited to the one.
Hey, she had a reception. Is it really a reception or is it just a barbecue?
It was definitely just a barbecue. It was
Because
just hamburgers and hot
I'm not
dogs.
I'm not going to Portland for a reception that involves hamburgers and hot dogs.
I didn't know that until I got there.
No, I'm just saying if someone sent me a thing that said RSVP
Right.
if you're gonna show
Right.
up for burgers and hot dogs, I'd
Right,
say
'cause she
y'all
asked me
just
a
got
couple
married,
times,
get
too.
some fucking ribeyes or something.
It's something, yeah. She asked me a
Pork
couple
ribs.
times, are you coming up? Yeah, like
Ribs
even
are acceptable.
ribs are
Mhm.
great. That's a
Yeah.
great answer.
Yeah, ribs, but hamburgers and hot dogs. I make
No.
that shit by myself when I'm too drunk to
Make that
cook
for the
anything
kids in addition to the ribs.
Sonic
Mhm.
makes that also.
Yeah, better than you. 7-Eleven makes a better hot dog than you make.
Yeah. So anyway, we went up there, did that thing, and I was glad that Brian showed up. We went over. She lives over by Voodoo Donuts on the east side of Portland, and hung out with him for a bit, and then went to her bullshit reception thing, and food wasn't ready when it's supposed to be, and blah blah blah. And I was like, we were gonna leave at 7, and it was like 7:20. I was like, I already ate. I was gonna be driving my mom's car home because she didn't want to drive at night, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna just grab some of this cake. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna have some of this cake. And my sister's like, the wedding cake, and I look, and it's like a Fred Meyer cake with like roses all over it, or just around the edge. And then there's another one with like different colored roses. They're both the same size. They're both like 10-inch cakes. And I had the feeling of like, you just went over to Fred Meyer before you came here and grabbed these. Like, this is not a wedding cake. This
Mhm.
is just a cake. And you're gonna throw a fit about me cutting the wedding cake? Get the fuck out of here. I'm like,
I have bought those cakes drunk and depressed.
right?
Right.
Those aren't wedding cakes.
No, those are eating cakes.
Yeah,
And
those
I
are
didn't
eating
have any
cakes.
of it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm out. And just fucking left. I didn't say bye to anybody. I just fucking got in the car and drove 3.5
I would have
hours
taken
home.
my finger and just wrote in GFC and then left.
That would be a good one.
Get fucked, cunt.
Hit him with the hard T.
Hit him with the. Yeah,
I wish I remember that guy's name because then we can, shout
Oh,
him out. So it's not like
what is his name?
I'm not stealing his shit.
No, we know
just
who it is.
influenced.
TikTok guy.
Yeah.
Fuck is his name? God damn it! Now I'm gonna find it. I'll find his shit and then we can tell him who it is.
find a shit and tell him who it is.
Yeah.
I'm just teenage dirtbag. I don't know. I haven't done.
Did you make one of those videos?
No, because I don't know where to find any of my pictures from when I was a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
So
See, I have.
I don't live where my parents live.
Well, I have a computer.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that because I've got Robbins might have a few pictures of emo Dave face.
Yeah.
Which fits perfectly with that song.
Hair flip Dave.
Yeah, hair flip Dave, guy liner Dave, eyebrow piercing.
I have like my high school yearbook around here somewhere, but there's not very many. Like, if I'm not shooting the pictures, they're bad.
Bar none. That's his TikTok.
Like the pictures of me are bad because I wasn't the one taking them.
Found him. Yeah.
Found him.
Bar none?
Right.
Bar none. Yeah. GFC. He has a few other sayings like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. He's got a merch store too. So if you want a GFC hat,
I was thinking about. I honestly thought about getting a GFC hat.
Yeah.
One of his trucker caps.
GFSF, which is also another one of his sayings.
Get fucked, stay fucked.
Get fucked, stay fucked. I enjoy these sayings.
Yes. Have you guys seen that meme where it's a Australian guy and he's like, "Stop being such a cunt." It makes me laugh every time because he's doing the whole.
So good.
And the first time you see it, you're like, "Stop being such a square," and he does the square with his fingers, and then it says, "Cunt." And to this day, that meme or not meme or GIF or whatever it is has been around for 20 years now.
Yeah.
And every time I see it, I still laugh.
Still makes you laugh. One of my favorite TikToks right now is the dude who.
Yamatukasita.
Well, yeah, obviously. No, the dude who finds people throwing a baseball really hard, and he's like,
Ball.
Oh,
like,
Dude, I fucking
oh my
love that
god,
guy.
I'm clapping every time because like I'll see
Yeah.
one and not look at the name, and I'm like, that's
Ball.
a ball. And then you see the guy, and he's just sitting there, ball.
And the like, if you follow him, the best thing about him is Jake Vasecki, I think is his name. And he's like, people like try to come after him, and they're like, well, what do you know? You're just some guy like talking shit because you never made it. It's like because you never hit a home run. He's like, hang on, let me.
And then he shows it. Yeah, that
He's
was
like,
his
let me
last
find the
one.
video really quick. Here's me going like 340 to right. Enjoy
Right.
this.
But at the same time too, he's just like, yeah, I didn't make it. Okay? But I still know what a ball and a strike is.
Yeah.
It's not that complicated.
He's like, I played minor league baseball. It's farther than you got, and I know what a ball and a strike is.
Right? There
like,
was one video. Oh, good.
Oh, I was like, and people want to talk to him. Like, he's like, this specific company that he talks about, he's like, they are great if your kid is already in the top 5% of baseball players. They will get your kid seen. Yes, that's absolutely true. But what they're not going to be able to do is get your kid who's in the bottom 30% or the bottom 50% into the top 5%. That's not what they're there for. They're there to put their brand on kids who make it to the big leagues eventually. And people are like, well, why? What you have against them? And he's like, I don't have anything against them. They're here to make money like everyone else. They make money on kids who come through their system, making it to the major leagues, because they can say these kids went through our system, regardless of whether or not they actually benefited from it.
Right. Yeah, it's dumb.
But because, and I can tell you firsthand, baseball parents are the fucking worst.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've encountered all sorts of sports parents. I've dealt with basketball. I've dealt with football. I've dealt with soccer, track and field, softball, baseball, like literally any swimming, literally any sport you can think of. I have probably covered it professionally. The worst parents, far and away, are baseball parents.
Yeah.
Without equivocation. Like I
My favorite part is I'm thinking of all of the parents that are baseball parents, and I'm like, they're the worst. There's not a single one that cheerleading parents are also pretty bad.
But that's a different.
But that's not a sport, and
remember,
well, never mind.
go into our archives to remember that saying something that isn't a sport is not disrespectful. It's a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to do cheerleading. It doesn't make it a sport.
I'm not saying it's not hard, but so is video editing, and that takes a lot of time and effort too. It's not a sport.
Right. So yeah, that's true. Dressing wild game, not a sport. Takes a lot of effort. Takes a lot of practice.
It's true.
Getting that speed jerk in before someone shows up, a lot of effort.
That's a skill.
That's a skill. You can't teach that.
You can't.
If you are, I'm concerned. Like,
yeah, if you're a speed jerk teacher, like stop listening.
No,
like,
first of all, no. Actually, do keep listening. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
We need to know.
We need to have a conversation.
We need some info.
We need to come to a resolution.
Don't say come.
Quickly, we need to arise at this resolution, so to speak.
We need to arrive together.
One, then the other again and again and again and again.
Jeez.
Well,
I need some water.
Thinking about baseball parents, because I spent a lot of years playing baseball.
Nerd.
Yeah, I was not good. There's a reason. There's a reason why when football came about, I stopped caring about baseball as much as I did.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
But because I always say baseball is a game of failing the least. It's really what it is. I mean, in any other sport, if you do something 30% of the time, you're looking for a new job.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, you put the bat on the ball and get on base 30% of the time, and you do that for 15 years, you might be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is that the game has changed so much. Now it's not even about putting the bat on the ball. It's about either home run or strikeout. They're
Yeah.
like, if guys get on base, it's basically an accident.
Mm.
Like nobody hits for average anymore. People are just trying to hit bombs, and then they try to get on base for other people to hit bombs.
That yawn
Right.
was coincidental. Sorry.
Well, we are talking about
Baseball
baseball.
talk.
I know, and I was just like, oh my god, I have to yawn at the worst time. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Baseball.
But
Ah,
where I was going with that with baseball parents, because there's so many kids that play baseball,
Mhm.
right? So they're trying to get their kid out there because your kid's a mediocre to all right ball player, but there's a lot of kids that are batting for something in high school.
Yeah.
mhm.
There's a lot of kids that are hitting dingers and on a high school field. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was not one of them. I've never hit a home run in my entire life.
I only hit him playing softball.
Yeah. But I think they can get really bad because
But I
there's a
was
lot of money that goes into these camps and stuff like that, and they're trying to push their kid who is
Right.
average.
Yeah,
And
I think a
the kid
lot of
might
that
even
comes
like
from
baseball.
the fact that it's the only sport or activity that's not necessarily year round, but consistently every year from the time first grade to high school. Um, at least in America that I can think of.
Mhm.
You know, like soccer's probably like that in Europe
Yeah.
and most of the world. Basketball doesn't usually start until, yeah, there's some that are starting first and second grade, but really like third grade, fourth grade, that's when
Yeah.
basketball starts. And
Mhm.
even then, it's a shortened season, and there's a lot of places that don't really have good gyms. So I think that baseball really gets that push because the parents are like, it's also in the summer when there's not school, so the
Yeah.
parents have to be there. Suddenly they're like, well, I may as well watch, and then they get interested, and then they're trying to coach their kid and trying to get him more help because they're talking to all these other parents that are on the same thing. I don't know. It just, to me, it's like it literally is a system, and it's the system that gets everyone caught up in the belief that just because they're in it and doing better than average, that they should be playing up and up and up, like it should just keep going. What they don't realize is that everybody's doing that. And there's 10,000 teams in Oregon
Yeah.
playing baseball.
Well, I mean, to that point, like with the Little League World Series that just happened, it's like
Mhm.
here's a team from Bonnie Lake, Washington playing. Where's the team from Oregon? West Lynn.
Probably.
Yeah, so it's like here's these very, very small, very, very rich communities that are the teams that are being represented in
Yeah.
the Little League World Series. Like it's always like Shreveport, Connecticut versus Stay Pack, Mississippi.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
Mm.
baseball is kind of a rich people sport, and I think one of the things I was thinking about when we were talking about why parents feel involved is I think when it comes to sports like basketball or football, like not every dad has the athletic ability to shoot a jump shot, to dribble between his legs, or throw a spiral. That's just life. But I feel like every dad has the ability to put a glove on and play catch with their kid, and so there's that sort of like ancestral buy-in to playing the sport that like, well, hey, I'm the one who taught him how to throw and catch, like I can teach him how to do this. And like, what do you know? You didn't teach him how to throw and catch. Like he needs to learn like that. So I think that may factor some into it, because like I think the talent gap between coaching and parenting in basketball and football is a lot different than it is in baseball.
I could definitely see that. But when you said not every parent can throw baseball or shoot a jump. Like I almost got mad at their PE teachers because I'm like, I literally spent time making sure every one of my kids could throw a spiral. Every
Yeah.
single one. Like even the girls. That's no offense, girls. But like if you spend the time with anybody, they can learn to throw a spiral. But I guess it kind of makes sense, the ball and the glove thing, but I think that goes back to the whole thing where so many people have the opportunity to play baseball in third grade.
Right.
Like even my parents had the opportunity to play baseball in third grade. You think they had the chance to play basketball before junior high or high school? Probably not.
When you were in middle school, what were the kids playing on the playground? Like what sport? What was the predominant sport on the playground?
Football.
Football.
Football. Yeah.
Like when I went to a school that was predominantly basketball, then I went to a football school for a couple of years, then went back to a basketball school. A lot of it has to do with where the campuses were, but like lunchtime for me was straight up like, here I am in 8th grade playing against high school seniors in a game of 21. Like, and you got to get in there and fucking scrap for rebounds. I remember one time I had a tech deck in my pocket, and I got like punched in the thigh, and the tech deck got jabbed into my thigh, and I got a dead leg from it.
Ah.
That sucked.
So now that I'm starting to think back to junior high more, we did a lot of football, but then I convinced them. This is where I'm starting to remember more of my junior high and high school stuff. I convinced them to open the gym because I was like, "Hey, we can only play football out here. We can only play for like 10 minutes because there was elementary there, and so they would have that recess, and they didn't want the junior high kids on the same playground as the elementary kids.
Yeah.
So I got the PE teacher to open the gym for us, and so I remember playing a lot of basketball. And then when I got to high school, like there's nothing to do at lunch, so I would just go in the gym and start shooting. And then the teachers would come in there, hey, you can't be in here if there's not somebody to supervise. I'm like, you're right here. Stay
Well, here
if you
you
want to
are.
watch. I'm just shooting baskets. Like,
Like, watch
is
me
that a
continue to
problem?
shoot baskets.
Right. And they tried to kick us out, and eventually they got somebody to come supervise us for the gym. And next thing you know, open gym is a thing at South Umpqua High School
We've
because
got to run.
I was like, I'm not gonna not be in here. So then we had basketball every single day for lunch.
Yep.
Dude,
See,
I'm
I
thinking
went to
about.
my car and drank.
Well, you know,
That's also true.
that's also something that needs to happen. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about open gyms now, and oh my god, like I feel like the early 2000s was like the birth of open gyms. Like everybody was having them, and they were fucking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But like my basketball team hosted an open gym one time in the middle of the summer, and like we just wanted to go in and have an opportunity to play. That's the whole point. But apparently, like some street ball kid from Eugene talked to somebody who talked to somebody who talked to somebody, and like these guys show up to film their and one mixtape video
Oh.
in Berean Baptist gym. And so like the first game, like they're doing their tricks and all that, and like they end up beating us like 21-19. And then like we all just like circle up, and it was my buddy Aaron and me. They're like, guys, let them do all their fucking dribble moves. They're not getting any closer to the hoop. Just stay in front of them. We're going to play basketball, and we're going to wipe the floor with them. And then, like, we started playing basketball, and, like, I think the final score was, like, 21-9. Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
But, like, they started doing the shit where, like, they would start doing all these dribble moves, and they would cross the midline, and we'd be like, that's over and back, dog. What? We're like, this is basketball. That's over and back. Give us the ball. And, like, they got super mad, and they left after that, which gave us what we wanted, which was our gym, so we could play basketball.
Right.
But like, I just remember them coming in like doing, and it was like they were trying to do the and one mixtape tour.
Yeah.
But none of them could dribble, none of them could shoot, and they definitely couldn't dunk.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
I even remember doing a bunch of open gym stuff. Like they'd open the gyms up like evening time, right?
Yeah.
And I remember some kids calling me, definitely basketball player kids, but I played baseball and football.
We need some bodies. Yeah, we need some
people.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I am not a basketball player. I've played basketball. I understand the concept of the game, but I'm not shooting anything outside of the low block.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's where I play. I mean, I play
And
basketball.
I'm also 5'8" and can't
Well-
jump that high, so I'm still not shooting anything around the low block.
But you're surprisingly fast.
I do have that for me. Defense and rebounding, and
Right.
not because I'm out jumping you, but because I will move you. I'm like Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
I'm a short, fat kid that's got a low center of gravity, and if you try to jump over me, you're landing on your neck because
Right.
I will box out.
You're like, oh, you left your feet? Well, it's time to put my ass into your knees and push you backwards.
Mhm.
That's where I live. Defense and bully ball.
Yeah.
What's
and
funny is you
I
try
can
to play
hit
the
free
kids
throws.
now, like, you will run the court because they're not ready for that bully shit.
No, they don't like
Mhm.
boxing out. They don't
Yeah.
like being boxed out.
I love letting the ball hit the floor before I rebound, just to make it
Very clear that you're not
Irie.
anywhere near this.
You have no chance at this rebound.
The other thing, free throws. I can hit a free throw
All right.
consistently.
So
So
you
that
can't pick early, but
So
that
that means
doesn't
you're
help it.
in. Yeah, you're in the game.
yeah. So that was big. So I played high school basketball 1 year, my sophomore year. They put me on the freshman team.
That's not a good. You're off to a bad start.
Yeah, but they also had never seen me play basketball because I had never played basketball before. But I'm a defensive linebacker coming off of football season to play basketball. I just push kids around.
Right.
Yeah.
Our coach is just like, oh, just stay here, and when a ball hits the rim, make sure you back into somebody.
Okay.
Okay. You mean use my size against these basketball player sized freshmen?
Right.
get to do
Absolutely.
I get to push people around.
Yeah. But that's all I do. Get rebounds and then act like I'm going up for a shot and let them hack me.
Free throws.
Free throws.
You're like,
again,
I'm gonna shoot it. They're like, no, you're not. I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
Foul.
Again, this is not a brag because that was freshman basketball my sophomore year, but I won 4 games for us with that technique alone.
Right.
I had 8 points just from free throws.
I got this shit.
I was like, I can shoot a free throw. No one's bothering me. I can take my time.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No defense. I just stand here and shoot it.
Yeah. All right. I got this all day long.
But you got to do it twice.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. But, make me run down the court.
That's bullshit.
I'll get there. I'll get there when I get there. Okay.
Fuck your basketball deadline. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. Nobody fucking dies.
You're telling me I have to sprint all the way down there and I don't get to just smash somebody?
See, that's
I'm
why.
sticking to football.
That's why I always got mad at my guards, right? Because I had as a post, I'd have to run baseline to baseline. Where they only had to run wing to wing, and then they run wing to wing and put a shot up before I get to the post.
Yeah.
Because I have to turn around and run back to the goddamn post. Because they didn't let me set up and get in position so I could get my offensive rebounds, aka the only way I got the ball.
Right.
It's like, Jake, how'd you do today? 4 offensive rebounds and 8 points.
Right.
That's why I didn't mind when I would play. Like, I kind of like playing if we'd play like a zone. I wouldn't mind playing up top, but then I would go like run the baseline on offense, just so that I was like, I didn't want to feel. I would feel bad if I was doing that, fucking running from 3-point line to 3-point line, because I'm like, oh, I'm up here. I don't have to move. Like I would just get, shit. Yeah, I would get bored, and I think it's not fair. So I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna play baseline or run up here and go down, play on the block on defense. Like, I don't know. I miss playing basketball.
I used to like getting the outlet pass, like the guard would bring it up and I'd be like, man, I'm gassed. I'd get to the 3-point line, call for the ball, and I just hold it for a second, be like, all right, we're not doing anything for another 5 seconds, guys.
And in Oregon, there's no shot clock, so nobody cares, really.
Yeah.
Like, all right, nobody move. Timeout. Hang on. Yeah. Not actual timeout, but
not actually. Just stand right there. Like,
everybody chill for a second. I got this thing.
I also never used to get tired. Like when I had two knees that worked, like I would
Yeah.
just fucking run all day. I never
Mhm.
got tired. And I
Young
always
me
got
loved.
confused when people would get tired in practice. Like we're doing conditioning. Yeah, I would run like 1,000%, but I'm still beating most of the people. And then at the end, I'm like, I'm good. Go play basketball later.
Yeah.
See, that's what we really need. Is we really just need we we had Mr. Click's House of Pain. That's
Mhm.
what that was our conditioning. That's what it was called, and we didn't go until everybody puked.
Oh, you would
Um,
have hated me.
yeah, because you don't puke.
No.
There were a couple kids who didn't puke, and he would like eventually just be like, okay. But yeah, Mr. Click's House of
Jesus.
Pain was he'd line up garbage cans for us, and it was all running and planks and leg lifts and up the stairs, down the stairs into a plank leg lift, run, wind sprints, suicides, layup, free throws, up the stairs, down the stairs. Yeah, it fucking sucked. But having 7 guys on the team,
You got to be able to run.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
mean,
run.
32 minutes a game. I think I played 29 of them,
Right.
and that's because of foul trouble.
Right. Oh my
Well,
god.
that was the other thing about that 1 year of basketball was as a football player, I could run
Yeah,
Right.
all day long, whatever, like DBs, all your specialty guys would get yelled at because I would be running with them and beat half of them.
Right.
I'm a short, chubby dude that can run.
yep.
Mhm.
It's
And then I go to
scary how fast you are.
and then I go to play basketball and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I can't breathe. I didn't even get to hit anybody yet.
I remember, Dave. I remember we were playing Ultimate Frisbee, and I thought for sure because I've got a 3-4 inch like advantage. And I'm like, I got the stride on this guy. There's
And I've
no
got short legs. I've got short legs.
short legs. Like you're like a 28 inseam. Like
30.
not see
But I
wasn't
like
far
my
off.
but I like my pants a little bit,
Yeah, if you're dressing
go
it
with
up,
my
you're probably
boots.
28.
Yeah.
So like I just remember we're playing Ultimate Frisbee and I'm guarding Dave and he just starts running faster than me. And I just yell at him like, "Dave, how the fuck are you faster than me?" He's like, "I got
Oh,
stubby legs."
also I was wearing shorts that were way too big for me,
Right.
and shoes were a size and a half too big for me.
Yeah, you looked ridiculous.
I looked
there.
like a fucking clown.
He's just
I
cutting routes and tearing shit up.
Yeah.
I was like, "Dave, what is this?"
I'm wearing like Iverson era shorts, so they're like halfway down my shin. Because I didn't have any athletic gear, so we went to this. We go to
Yeah, we went
well,
to like
sports
the good ones.
Sportsman's Authority.
Oh
And
no, you're
Sportsman's
right.
Authority, yeah. And it was just grab some shit and go. Well, I grabbed shit that was all too big for me, and I'm like, I look like a clown. I was wearing a pair of your shoes, Jake.
Yep.
I'm like, I look like a clown.
For
All right,
comparison, Jake wears like a 13 and Dave is what, a 10.5?
10.5 on a good day,
Right.
depending on the shoe.
So yeah, and like I think I may have given him one of my smaller pairs of shoes, but even still, like
Yeah.
laughably large. It looked like gunboats, and he's just out here just running me all over the place. And here I am in my gear and shit. Like
He's got his leg sleeve, his elbow sleeve, and
I got my LeBron headband on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's
playing-
one thing I've always been able to do. I could just I know how to run.
Yeah.
I remember I played Ultimate one time or several times with this group of people, but like I didn't really understand the rules of Ultimate Frisbee, so like I would just kind of play it like football, and no one told me I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
So like there was one point where like this guy and me like we each high pointed the disc at the same time, and I basically like grabbed it with one hand. We both grabbed it with one hand, and I just like shove him away, just like open arm shove him and like come down with the disc and kind of like, what's up, motherfucker? And like later on we were discussing it, and apparently like it was a controversial play because if I made contact before I touched the disc,
Right.
it would have been an illegal play.
It's
But
like pass interference.
yeah, basically what I did was like a pro level elite play without like I jumped up and like shrugged this dude off and like one-handed this disc at the top of my range. And then like another time I just ended up taking a guy out by total accident because I was diving for the disc. But they're like, yeah, man, that's good. That's where you're supposed to play. Like I was like, okay, well, I'm just out here running into people. So
Right.
hope that's cool.
Remember when I came and played volleyball with you?
That was fucking great.
What was what? I don't remember why I was there or what
We were short.
happened, but it was awesome.
You got hit right in the face with a
Because I went up to
spike.
block the ball and my head is above the net.
Yeah, because he had hops.
And I fucking face ball blocked it with my face.
Yeah, and we scored the point.
Yeah,
Count
Didn't matter.
It counts.
I was like, yeah, take that.
And that was back when I was playing. I don't think I stopped playing rec sports because it was either
you were in all of
softball, it was softball or volleyball or basketball, and I was doing everything.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's one area I wish I would have been able to get into was rec sports, just because I miss athletic competition.
Yeah.
I think that's why I love coaching football so much,
Right.
because it gets you into the space, right?
Yeah.
Gets the people going.
It gets the people going. But I always had jobs where I was either working
Right.
during the times. It's been a long time. I have weekends
Wednesday,
off now.
7:30, bro. You can make it, right?
Yeah. It's like, no, I work third shift at a prison and I got Mondays off.
Like, we
I got
got a Monday
errands.
league. It's the elite players, but you'll be all right.
Yeah, right. So
It's
I wish.
it's a senior A league. You get out there. It's fucking like the retired Mariners.
Right.
Right.
There was a dude that actually happened. Richie Sexton. He was playing for the Mariners up here, and they waived him because he was hot garbo, and so he just went and played rec league softball, and just like and he was still getting paid, and so he just went and played like Seattle City League softball.
That's awesome.
And just started cranking home runs on people because I mean he's a major league baseball player playing
Right.
softball.
Yeah. Well, isn't it Scalabrini?
Yeah.
I think it is. He played for the Celtics.
Yep.
Yep.
For a little bit, and people always say, "Oh man, you're garbage." So he invited every street baller in Massachusetts or something like that
Yeah, the
to come out and
Scalabrini
play
challenge.
him.
Yep.
Yeah, come out and play him, and he just smoked them. He smoked every single one of them because he's like,
Right.
"Yeah, I suck for the NBA, but I'm better than all of you."
But I'm in the NBA.
Yeah, but I made. Yeah, I mean that goes to like whenever people talk about professional athletes being trash and they're washed up. Those motherfuckers made it to a place where they can be washed up.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather be a has-been than I never was.
Yeah. You could take baseball, a game based on failing the least. Take the worst baseball player in the league right now. He's smoking 450-foot dingers off of anybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Or you could, that the tournament, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
You could probably take 12 guys that are about to get cut from NBA teams, and they'd probably at least make it to the semis in that thing, if not win it.
Yeah.
Because those are guys that are on NBA teams or of that level and have the ability to fucking ball.
It's wild, man. Like there's like when you really start to realize that there's levels, there's levels to basketball. And I've been introduced to a few different levels of basketball. I'm proud I've held my own with small college basketball players.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that frustrates me the most. Is like I know I could hang with small college guys.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. I just didn't get my shot. But whatever.
Yeah.
That's life.
Yep,
That's
or
life.
shit happens. That's
or sometimes
life.
you pick the wrong road.
Yep.
Right? I went to Southern Oregon University out of high school because I wanted to play football. I'm 5'8", 210 pounds at that age.
Yeah.
Unless, and like you said, I'm fast. But you know what I'm not as fast as?
Everybody else is
Defensive
5'8".
back.
Yeah.
Right.
Every other defensive back that's 5'7" or 5'9",
Right.
they smoke me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So went to college, tried to play football, didn't work out for me. No problem. I'm out working. My little brother goes to College of the Siskiyous to play baseball. So I go with mom and dad to move him down there because I had gone to college. You know, I was the first one in the family to go to college,
Right.
live in the dorms, right? So I go with them to take my brother down there. The football team is practicing while he's talking to the baseball coach. So I saunter over, you know, it's football. I'm gonna check it out. Chit chatting. Defensive coordinator walks by. I didn't know it was him at the time. And he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Oh, hey," you know, introduce myself. I'm David Deaton. He's like, "Oh, you're the new baseball kid?" I was like, "Oh no, that's my little brother." And he's like, "Oh, did you play middle linebacker at South Umpqua?" Like, yeah. And he starts pointing at kids on the football field. He's like, "That kid went to Sutherland. That kid went to Douglas. Blah blah blah." He's like, "Yeah, they sent us tape, and we got to watch you play football a lot."
Oh, that's funny.
And I'm just like, "Wait, what?"
You just didn't have the machine behind you.
Well,
Machine.
because that California junior colleges cannot recruit out of state. But if you make first contact, they got free reins on recruiting you.
Huh.
Gotcha. So if you were like, "Hey guys, I like
Yeah.
football."
Yeah. But I didn't even know about College of the Siskiyous until my little brother went there.
Right.
Yeah. I heard about College of Siskiyous when I was working in the athletic department at Lane.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But you know, these people, they could have been anywhere in the world, but they're here with us. We appreciate that. I want to thank Dave for jumping in here and joining us, telling us about going to weird colleges and almost playing sports.
Almost.
But, yeah, I know a bunch of people who almost played. It's fun.
Yeah.
But for this episode, this edition of my show with Alex and Jake, good night, universe.
That's a podcast.
Catchphrase.
Go Ducks!
Go Ducks!
Go Ducks.